Hello, my dear viewers. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here today. In this video, we'll be discussing something very special, and I'm sure it will be valuable and insightful for all of you. It's a topic that connects deeply with our everyday lives, and I can't wait to dive into it with you. So make sure to watch the video till the end, and if you find it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new here, don't hesitate to subscribe and become part of our growing community. Your feedback is always appreciated, so be sure to share your thoughts in the comments section after watching. Without further ado, let's get started. The ultimate Stoicism guide to taking control of your life. Ishan's life felt like it was unraveling. He used to be a dreamer, full of ideas about the future. But lately, between demanding workdays, family expectations, and a growing feeling of dissatisfaction, he felt lost, like life was something that happened to him rather than something he could shape. One evening, while scrolling through social media, he stumbled on a quote by Marcus Aurelius. "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The words resonated deeply. What if the problem wasn't with the world, but with the way he was reacting to it? Determined to learn more, he immersed himself in Stoicism, hoping it could offer answers. 1. Accepting what you can't control, a source of peace. One of the first lessons Ishan learned was about control. Life, he realized, was filled with things he couldn't influence. Other people's actions, the past, uncertainties about the future. He'd spent so much energy trying to bend these things to his will, feeling like a failure every time he couldn't. One morning during an especially chaotic workday, Ishan's boss unexpectedly assigned him extra work, criticizing his last project as if it wasn't good enough. Normally, this would make him feel anxious and hurt, but today he took a deep breath. He thought about what he could control, his own response and the quality of his work. So instead of spiraling, he put his head down and focused on the task. When he finished, he didn't feel resentment. In fact, he felt peace for the first time in a long while. It was liberating to stop worrying about things he couldn't control and focus only on what was within his grasp. 2. Staying present. Learning to appreciate each moment for years, Ishan had let life pass him by. He was either caught up in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. But Stoicism showed him the value of being present, not missing the moments that made up his life. One weekend, while spending time with his younger sister, he caught himself checking his phone, worrying about an upcoming project. But then he stopped. Here he was with someone he loved, letting the moment slip away. Remembering his Stoic readings, he decided to give her his full attention. They laughed, shared stories, and for the first time in a long while, Ishan felt truly connected and alive. That small choice to focus on the present transformed the moment, and he realized how much joy he'd been missing. 3. Embracing obstacles as opportunities. Ishan also learned the Stoic idea that challenges are not barriers, they're pathways to growth. Before, any setback or problem felt like a personal failure. But the Stoics taught him that difficulties were essential. They were there to make him stronger. One day on his way to a major client meeting, Ishan's car broke down in the middle of traffic. Instantly, frustration bubbled up, but he remembered a Stoic exercise: to pause and consider how this could be an opportunity. He called a cab, practiced his presentation while waiting, and even used the story of the car breakdown as an icebreaker. The meeting went better than he expected. Later, Ishan realized that for the first time, he'd seen a challenge not as something to dread, but as a chance to adapt. 4. Reflecting on mortality, living life with purpose. One of the hardest Stoic practices was memento mori, remembering that life is finite. At first, Ishan found this idea unsettling, but with time he realized it was meant to bring him closer to what mattered most. One night, he looked back on his life, thinking of moments he'd lost to worry, anger, or distractions. The thought brought a bittersweet clarity. He made a quiet promise to himself to live more intentionally, not waiting for the perfect time to live fully, but to appreciate each day as if it might be his last. Conclusion: finding strength and purpose in the Stoic way of life. With time, Stoicism gave Ishan a sense of control. Even when life didn't go as planned, he no longer feared the future or regretted the past. Instead, he faced each day with resilience, gratitude, and an awareness that, though he couldn't control everything, he had power over himself. And that was more than enough.